It's really cool to just kind of see in real life something that you created or ideated be adapted into a physical space like this. It really sort of solidifies the ideas and the experience of the original intent of the creators. And I think that's what spaces like these are all about. Just making a lot of creators be able to, this is just what anybody wants. It's just to see their creations be able to enjoyed by other people in real life.
For Art Tech House, they were inviting like a range of really awesome artists to create a immersive exhibition for New York, where you can create a huge 18K animation, and it's an immersive experience where people can come in and experience an animation in a new form rather than just watching it on a screen, just actually being able to sit in a room and experience it, which I think was, that was really awesome, because I think especially for a lot of digital artists, you tend to see your work on a very like linear like screen, or there's not a lot of like formats. It's really cool to have an experience where you're not so much creating an animation for like a soundtrack or whatever. You're creating it for people to experience the art in a more kind of immersive way, and I thought that was really awesome, and I was super excited to be brought on to it.
Artec House is such an amazing place that you can look at the audience reaction in immersive space with 3 sidewall, even the floor, and people are just filming and like taking picture in immersive space, and watching their reaction is such an amazing feeling. So that's something really different thing that I can get out of from like 2D just monitors. So definitely it's a truly special experience.
I wanted to sort of take advantage of the emotional response from seeing a physical piece of performance art, and then combine that with the strengths of digital tools, which let you do things you'd never be able to do otherwise. And that's sort of how I landed on this work. You know, you're seeing this immersive performance art, you know, like in a contemporary art museum is the setting, but you're seeing this sort of fantastical situation that you'd never be able to see in the real world.
It basically comes from an algorithm I was working on that would, given an input, it would like create like a knit, like web-like structure. That was a more technical exploration, and then got merged with like a human head figure, which then kind of ended up like symbolizing a person's self-perception is broken down and then reintroduced in different ways. The rest of the work kind of expanded from that. I took that system and applied it to the whole Art Tech House space, so all the space turned into like a knit web structure. It was actually very freeing. I don't think I have ever worked on any space like this.
A lot of our work really resonates around this area of merging past ancestral knowledge and subjective futures. And Will is from Toronto, I'm from Montreal, but we were both born in the Caribbean. And we realized that we have so much in common. We have to tell those stories from places that maybe ancestrally don't have the technology, knowledge, or education, but that we can bring to a higher stage or to more eyes, right? This particular piece is called Sin agua no hay tiempo. So in Spanish, it means there is no time without water. And so it's really about how the ocean is kind of this place where the past and the future meet, and how people can connect with this kind of bonding element to really explore those different narratives. We're actually tapping into some of our ancestral real elements. We work with archaeologists, scientists. If you know about petroglyphs, which are kind of like the carving rocks element that you find in Caribbean cultures, similar to the hieroglyph for Egyptian, for example. And so those elements, you find them in rocks in the Caribbean, and we don't necessarily know what they mean. It's kind of tapped into cosmology, or the myth and legends of the Caribbean. And we brought some that will be part of the 3D world, this submarine world that we're bringing to life. So it's really kind of a work of art that's connecting all of the different places around the globe. And it's really exciting for us to give it some light and use the power of the random network to also send those gigawatts of files across the internet between Canada and the US.
This process that I've invented with infinite mirror rooms, like 3D infinite mirror rooms, to me is like more experimental, it's more creative, because I never know what I'm going to get before I jump in, right? I just like move some parameters around and get something completely insane and kaleidoscopic, and it feels like this other realm. It feels like a dimension that I've discovered that I'm like unveiling and uncovering versus something that I'm creating. So to me, that's like more exciting. And it feels like more of a partnership with the 3D software because it's really based in how physics work. It's based on lights and reflections. And I just get to set up like the geometry of the rooms and like throw some light in there. And then I get to see like what comes out of that kind of mystical box, right? So really, yeah, it just does feel like another dimension to me that's like more perfect than our own. And so that's why I'm like, I gravitate towards it. And it has like a calming effect on me.
It became this way of doing 1 hour of meditative art practice. And I tried to do that every day. And as I was doing that, I was getting deeper into these flow states, deeper into these meditative states. And the work sort of naturally took on those qualities. And people started noticing that. And they said, you know, this really makes me calm. When I come across it on my feed, I see these images and it calms me down. And I was like, wow, this is actually like really cool. Like I'm doing something for myself that is having an effect on others. And it's the same effect whether you're making it or you're just seeing it.
So Infinite Field, it's a piece that I created in the format of Arctic House, which is like an immersive experience of a dragonfly moving through different phases of life. So I lost my mom when I was 10 years old, and she was a big fan of dragonfly. And since she passed, every time I was seeing a dragonfly, I was like, okay, I might be on the right path. My goal was to create something that's meditative. Like I want people to take a seat, relax, and think about themselves and think about the present, and just be grateful about what they have in the moment.
Having these moments where it's actually like, oh, this isn't confined to someone doing scroll, tap, tap on their little device or clicking a YouTube link. It's so much more rewarding and satisfying. And my favorite is just when I see people that are like getting out their little phones and like actually filming it or taking a selfie. And I'm like, yes, like it all loops back and it's a weird cyclical moment of pixels.
People talk about like how digital art is not tangible. I feel something like this provides that missing link where it becomes tangible, it becomes immersive, and you have like a really good experience. Of course, like seeing your work on this scale is like, I think, mind-blowing for any artist. And it's just a new kind of canvas. It's so massive and it's very exciting. As a designer, I'm very curious. So I try to do like everything. I've tried VR, AR, and this was something I was waiting for to get an opportunity. And what I want people to feel viewing this is like definitely a sense of nostalgia, and a lot of my work is stemmed from that feeling of when you are a child and anything is possible. So most of my work is around that, and I just want that feeling to communicate.
Everyone wants to experience things with others, and that's how we get to connect. The same way as you go to the movies, we're gonna make great memories. We're gonna see something fun, something beautiful, something heart-shattering, whatever, but we're doing it together and it's beautiful, and you can talk about it afterwards. It creates great conversations. Maybe it creates something that you never expected to feel or to want to do. Like maybe it's gonna inspire you to do something else. Maybe it's gonna make you think about something you haven't thought in a long time. And all of those things are necessary. So even though we are in a very much digital and consumerist era, the importance of like tangible venues and tangible connections is the need is always going to be there.